Hi guys, Charlie here in Dubai. Today I'm going to take you through how to 10x your coaching business in 2024. Now, firstly, why should you listen to me? I set up CJ Coaching Charge Not to Fitness 5 years ago, became the #1 transformation company in English in Europe. We have had over 1,300 active clients currently within the business right now and generated close to $10 million. What's even more wild about this, as of 25th of February 2019 was actually the date I left my full-time job. Today is the 4th of February 2024. So just around 5 years, I've dramatically changed my life and nearly 10,000 other people who've worked with us in a fitness business. Not only has this given me incredible impact, it's also helped me to become very financially successful. And today I'm going to talk to you about exactly how to 10x your business from the pitfalls and mistakes I've made over the last few years. Now, the first thing you need to understand if you're looking to scale your business 10x is this. Business is a numbers and metrics game. The bigger the business gets, the more important the numbers become. You're not going to create some viral funny video that's going to suddenly fucking 10x your business. That's not consistent growth. What we want to do on this video is break down the #1 lever you can pull that's going to get you to the next level and keep you consistently growing. And we do that by doing one thing. And that one thing, which is what we focus on doing in 7-figure scaling systems for our clients, is breaking down what's called the point of constraint. Now, what is the point of constraint? The point of constraint is the one thing, the one bottleneck in the business. If you remove that, took the handbrake off, the business is going to grow. And what will happen? You remove that constraint, it will grow, and we'll get another constraint. And how we get consistent, reliable growth within a business infinitely is completely removing all the bottlenecks all the time. And what we do is we help identify the bottlenecks before they rise. Because I personally scaled a coaching business to $400,000 a month. So I know what problems are going to rise before you even get there. I know what mindset issues you're going to have before you even get there. I understand the crippling anxiety you have running your business because I was that exact person 4 or 5 years ago. So I understand how you feel and why you're stuck. Now, the #1 thing that most people think, they think they have a lead flow issue. They think they don't have enough calls booked. They don't have enough viral content. They're not getting enough traffic and reach. Potentially, yes. However, this is often not the problem. In particular, if I look at the UK market, the biggest issue most people have in the UK is people are charging monthly and low prices. And what they also have combined with this, and this is also people within the US, Canada, and the rest of the world, is you don't have a good offer in terms of what your program is, who it's specifically designed to help, what the core mechanism is. Like in our fitness program, CJ Coaching, we use what's called our metabolic priming method, which is essentially carb cycling to help people eat carbohydrates, accelerate their metabolism. They can eat the foods they love and lose body fat. It sounds very marketable, right? Guess what? It is. Guess what? It also works because it's science backed. And when you have an offer that's proven to a market, that will then scale. You put that with a good pricing model, like not being a retard and charging monthly prices of like $150 a month. And then you also get really good at sales. Guess what? Parabolic business growth. Anyone who's into crypto will know what the moonshot is. Moonshot is when like prices shoot up. We want to create the moonshot in your fitness business. And that's exactly what we do in 7-figure scaling systems. I'm going to explain how we can do this in this video. Now, for you to know the data, there's a couple of really core components you need to look at. And I actually had to tell one of my team, this is true, that I'm slightly autistic. Don't give me loads of numbers. I can't deal with it. I need like 4 or 5. So the basic numbers you really need to understand in your business are these. 1, revenue. 2, profit. 3, expenses. So those are finances. Now, when it comes to the actual mechanics of like levers we want to be pulling, 1 is number of sales calls booked. 2 is show up rate. 3 is closing rate. 4 is average deal size. Based upon anyone's numbers, I look at those in the business and then also alongside the financial potentially, I can tell you what the exact problem is, having looked at hundreds and thousands of different fitness businesses and also run a highly successful one myself. So when you have these core components breaking down, it's very easy to say, okay, this is the core problem here. We pull this thing out of the way. We go parabolic again, and then we're going to get another roadblock. We pull that out of the way. And the faster you understand this, the faster you can scale your business. And what's even better about that, it's not even about the speed. It's not having the stress, the frustration, the banging your head against the wall, where you're working really, really hard. You're trying all this random shit. You're throwing loads of random stuff against the wall. Because I've done that. I was that guy trying to do like YouTube ads, TikTok ads, make TikTok videos, do all this dumb stuff that never actually made any more money. and I was just spinning my wheels, being a busy fool. And that's also how you get the golden handcuffs to your business, where you work for the business, you're a slave to it, rather than the business works for you. And the goal of what we do is we create you as the CEO of your business, where your business is designed to fund you and your lifestyle, to create what you want, help other people as well, but also to create a positive net cash flow that you can then take that money, invest it in assets like properties, cryptocurrency, to create financial freedom for yourself, for your future, and financial security for your future family or current family. Now, the next big reason you get stuck is this. I would explain it, if you're sitting there and you're a solopreneur, or you have a business and you've got a couple of people who work for you at the moment, if you could clone yourself 5 times, do you think you'd make 4 to 5 times as much? I would probably say that's fair. So what do you think the number one problem you have right now is? What do you think that is? The reality is it's a lack of time and a lack of focus. So how do we get that back? We need to, 1, actually be focused on doing the right things, eliminate the bullshit, and thirdly, start to delegate. So what do you delegate and how? So here's a really good task I'd recommend. It's called the Love-Loath task. So get a piece of paper, get an A4 piece of paper like that, put a line down the middle, top left put love, top right put loathe. On the love side, put everything you love doing in the business on one side. On the loathe side, everything you fucking hate. So like for me, it'd be admin, right? So you put all of those on there, and then your goal is you have to delegate off stuff on the loathe side that you hate doing, you're not very good at doing, and you want to get someone else to do that ultimately, to get your time back to focus on the things you like doing, which are probably in your zone of genius you're good at. So for me, for example, I'm not good at admin. Not that I'm not good at admin, but that's not my forte, and it doesn't turn me on. Like if you tell me about like, I want to make content, I want to make marketing, I want to help people, that is like my high zone of genius fulfillment, because I see myself as a teacher who loves sharing wisdom. Now, how do you delegate these things, and how do you know what's worth paying someone else to delegate? A really important framework is a basic formula you can do, and it's this. If you work out how much money you made last year as profit, and then you work out how many hours a week you work, on average per week, you times that, say, by 50, you take 2 full weeks off a year, you divide the total revenue, total profit by your hours you work, it will give you how much you make per hour. Now, what you want to do is you want to delegate anything that's 50% of your hourly rate of what you make. Give that to someone else, because that will get you more time back than you can even imagine, and more focus back. So you can focus on making the boat row faster rather than the maintaining speed. And the more you free yourself up and create space in your calendar, the more you can push things forward to learn more skills, to improve your network, and actually improve working on the business, not being stuck in the business, being a busy fool. And this is one of the big reasons why a lot of people get stuck. Now, if we look at areas where people should look to delegate at the beginning, the first thing most people get really stuck with is they end up doing all the fulfillment yourself. The first thing you really want to delegate with, particularly if this is a fitness business, is going to be the fulfillment. It's pretty easy to find coaches who are good, who can do an online coaching for you. That's not a challenging task. And it also doesn't cost a lot to pay someone else to do that. So that'd be the first thing you want to knock off your plate. That's a lower income task that someone else can do. The second thing you want to be doing is you ideally want to be hiring virtual assistants to do a lot of the admin and bullshit stuff for you, right? So dealing with emails, you want to have someone who does the call settings, that handles your inbox inquiries, say on Instagram, books people in for calls. Now, these are important people to hire. And a tip I would say for anyone when you're hiring setters is I would try and hire people who are first world native. So native English speakers. So I would avoid hiring people from South America. I'd avoid hiring people from Philippines. I'd also avoid hiring people from Pakistan. What I would do is I would focus on trying to hire people from maybe like, I try and hire people for somewhere like South Africa, perhaps, where they speak perfect English, but the cost of living and income is less. Some of our best team members are from South Africa. We have to pay them less, but they're super fucking hungry and super driven and real performers. And when you have people who are a cultural fit with your business will go a lot further, a lot faster, because everything is congruent. Now, what this essentially does, it gives you a force multiplier effect. Now, imagine I would rate myself maybe a 9 out of 10 in terms of skill set. If I have 4 other people who are, for example, a 7 out of 10, that's their score is 28 as a team versus my 9. The 4 is going to fucking trounce me all day long. And this is creating huge leverage where more can get done quicker and they will beat me. And that's ultimately how I've scaled my businesses so quickly. It's by building a team of A players and pushing them from the ground up in terms of how we want the business to build. Now, once you have a team in place, the limiting factor in terms of your business is going to come this. It's going to be you, the other person watching this video right now. And that's the same as me. I've been the person holding myself back until this date. I'm still the person holding myself back at the moment. I'm not achieving what I want right now because an ignorance tax I need to pay down. And that simply is, you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you don't know. So you are unknown to a lot of things you're doing right now that are mistakes. And the quicker you pay down that ignorance tax and fill in that information void, the faster your business can progress. So a business will only grow to the level of the entrepreneur. So if you increase your skills, increase your capacity, you create room for the business to grow to get to the next level. And this is where you have 100% focus on actually thinking and looking at the business, like talking about the numbers like we did earlier on. That's how you get ahead. At the moment, are you sitting down weekly and reviewing and having a think about what has actually gone well this week? How did you rate this week out of 10? What was the main focus for last week? Did you achieve it? What's the main focus for this week? What do you need help on? Who do you need to help you? When you start to ask questions, you start to think critically and get good answers. And one of my favorite sayings is this: a genius doesn't have great answers, he asks great questions. And the quality and success of your life is going to be dependent upon the questions you ask yourself. Now, once you've filled in the learning void, a huge thing you have to understand is you're a product of your environment. You being around the right people is the fastest way to push up what seems acceptable for you. If no one wants to be the poorest person amongst their friends, I certainly don't. One of the reasons I like living in Dubai, you probably see behind me, there's probably super yachts and boats going past right now. I know constantly there's people ahead of me, so it's making me push and not get complacent. No one wants to be the big fish in a small pond. So what you want to be is a small fish in a big pond because it allows you to grow. And that's exactly what we've done in 7-figure scaling systems. And I give a great example of one of our clients, Troy. He's 20 years old, just had his first month making $40,000 a month at 20. At 21, I was making $12,000 a year, which is wild. And to give some context, probably 8 months ago, Troy was making about $6,000 a month. So this hasn't been an overnight success, but he literally gave me every last penny he had, believed in me, executed super hard, and has got the progress and success because he followed the blueprint we'd laid out for him and was consistent in terms of actually executing and turning up every single day. And we helped him in terms of breaking down the numbers of what is the point of constraint and removing that so he can get ahead further and faster. And when you start to think like that and start to get clear, direct guidance, it's impossible you will not achieve the success you want. The only reason you won't is if you don't do the work and you don't turn up. And why 99% of people never achieve the success they want is because they're not like the 1%. They're not willing to start. They're not willing to reach out and take the first action and help. And if you are ready to take the first action and you want help to have success like Troy, we can help you. You can book in your free strategy call with us and we'll break down the numbers in your business for you to see if you're a good fit to work with us and we're a good fit to work with you. So if you want to book in that call, you can hit the link below this video now. If you also want to see how I made $100,000 a month for the first time 3 years ago, you can see the link on screen for that now. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you smash the like button, hit subscribe, comment below any other questions, and we'll see you next video soon.